Right, so it's the Tuesday, the 31st of July. It's the last day of July, so we're going to do our last inspection. We couldn't do it at the weekend because it was really raining and really gusty and conditions just were terrible. So I'm going to start with Hive 2. The light's fading, so I want to get cracking with these bees if I can as soon as possible. So just want to double check for queen cells, make sure we don't have any swarms going on, and we'll start off with the big hives first today. I can't lift this up, it's absolutely really heavy. Oh, sorry bees. Right, what we've got some larvae, very young larvae in most of the cells, and we do have eggs, so that suggests that there's a queen somewhere. And on this side we've got a little bit of capped brood. We've got a queen cell. It's not capped yet, but we'll probably take that off. Oops. On the side here, I'll show you. Just on the side, it's uncapped. So maybe what I should do is just double check we've got a queen first before I get rid of that. And we've got very young larvae again. They're making some honey in the corners. We do have eggs. We've got some very young larvae and some capped brood. Let's see. Maybe she's on this frame. She's on this frame. If I see the queen, I'll cut that queen cell out. She must be somewhere. We've got lots of capped brood, and there's another queen cell. Oh, you can't see. You're a little bit too, and the bees are all over it, and it's capped. Look on this side of the queen. Lots of bees everywhere. Trying to keep the brood warm. Yeah. Not much going on this, it's just wall-to-wall brood on this. And we've got another ready to go queen cell here. Just, don't know if you can see anything. Yeah. So that's a bit of a disaster. We've got one queen cell that's uncapped and another one that's capped. The bees are all over it, keeping it warm, so there's obviously something alive in there. Ew. We've seen no eggs. No eggs in the bottom of the bottom brood box. But we do have eggs in the top brood box, so you'd think she'd be in there. So I'm hoping we find her, because it's going to spell disaster for these bees if we have to wait for a queen to mate. Oh, we got a queen. Yeah, she's here. She's still in residence. So what we need to do is get rid of those queen cells. She's just there. I don't know if you can see that. She's moving around on the bottom of the frames now. So we've got a queen. So I need to get rid of those queen cells pretty quickly. Let's do that now. It looks like we've come just in the nick of time. Next is hive number 1. Now, I want to see if we still have a queen. I saw eggs in there 2 weeks ago, but I didn't see the queen. And I want to make sure we still have that queen that we marked. That was the daughter of the queen that did swarm. I wouldn't be surprised if they're probably having more swarming activity. I mean, it's to be expected, and last-ditch effort before summer finally fades and the winter starts rolling in. They always like to do that if they can. Just pot luck as to what sort of queen they get. Really obvious, this queen. I did mark her a couple of weeks ago. She should be, got some dead bees here, 3 there. She should be obvious. She's quite a fat, beautiful, no queens on that. That beautiful queen. And again with this one we've got some frames that aren't even being looked at. They seem to be mainly in this middle bit here. So if I take out this last frame on this side, that'll be stores here. Not really interested in stores. I haven't really filled anything up. They've got some nectar, so that'll be alright. Let's move along a bit. This is heavy, probably pollen. Yeah, loads of pollen and loads, probably sugar syrup, loads of honey on this as well. And queen yet, obviously, she won't be on here. Let's go to the next frame and see if we have anything else going on. Sorry ladies. So we have some nectar around the middle. We don't. Light is fading. We have some young brood, mostly young brood, on this frame. On this side we have pollen stores. So let's have a look at the next frame. Next one. That's happened. We've got some new fresh capped brood and some more freshly capped brood. I'm just going to use a bit of smoke to get the bees away from the edges of the spaces, otherwise I won't be able to. And then the next one. It's just like we've got a play cup at the top. We've got more capped brood. And a play cup. Is there anything in it? There's nothing in it, but I like to break them down so that I know I have seen them and they're not a new one. Some beekeepers don't break them down, but I've got 3 more play cups at the top here. So you'd think there would be a queen in here somewhere. Maybe she's moved back down downstairs. Very pretty, these bees. Alright. Let's go to the next frame. Got a bit of capped brood, some pollen all around the outside, but we've got some capped brood right in the middle and some young brood. Do we have eggs? I'd like to see some eggs, ladies. That's interesting. Right in the middle, we do have. Do we have eggs? We do have eggs. So there is a queen somewhere. Or she's been on this frame recently. It's a shame the sun's going down. We've got
A lot of bees.
no, well I don't think we've got enough bees, and I can see eggs. But yet again, I don't know where the queen is. Haven't seen her.
No queen.
Eggs.
Yeah.
She might be around somewhere, but
Yeah.
got some more capped brood here. Haven't seen the queen, and I didn't see her a couple of weeks ago either. Although I did see eggs, and I have seen eggs. Unless she's swarmed and they've got a new queen in here. Unbelievable. Building wax on that, I would say. We've got some more capped brood. It's weird, isn't it, that you can mark a queen and then never see her again sometimes. It's just really elusive. For the beekeeper, it's a little bit disheartening when they do this sort of thing. So and it's getting cooler and cooler, I can feel it, so I'm not going to do any more now. So I'm going to close this hive up. And let them settle down. That's enough for one day. But we have, yet again, for the second week running, there's eggs but no queen that I've seen. I haven't seen her because what I gather, or what I suspect, is that the original queen I marked 2 weeks ago has swarmed within the last 3 weeks, leaving her daughter in there.
Yeah.
And that seems to be the problem with this particular hive. They always have the queen and the daughter in residence together. Anyway, that's what happens every time with that hive. They don't just swarm and leave the colony with a queen cell. They leave it with a daughter that's ready to lay, is laying at the same time as her mother.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it at that.